Hello Sagittarius, welcome. I'm Ryan, thank you for being here. It's going to be a general reading for you may be dealing with. Of course, everything may not resonate, so take what does and leave the rest. And for more tarot readings after this, please check out my wife's channel. I've got 53 tarot pictures review as well. Thank you. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay. Interesting message here, Sagittarius, for whoever you're dealing with, whether this is something that they got, of a personal endeavor that they have going on for themselves, or if this is something between the two of you romantically. I'm not too sure, but either or. They have a major and drastic decision to make. And ultimately, whatever their choice or decision is, I'm not too sure exactly which one it is quite yet. We'll know as this kind of progresses, but they're not happy. They are absolutely not happy. They are deeply disappointed and upset about the situation, unfortunately. I don't know if you can see that. But even though they're unhappy and there's so much disappointment here, they're definitely willing to work through this and kind of still keep going with it. Ooh, they're still not quite showing me here. It's like almost, but again, I kind of feel like there may be a dual energy here going on. When it comes to what they commit themselves to, or who they commit themselves to, or in a sense, who they give their time, energy, and possibly even resources to. There's an overall energy of everything right now. They're showing me all the above. They're trying to manage and kind of keep everything in balance and flow, but all this work and all this effort is kind of amounting to something, but ultimately they're trying to work through that emotional state that they're in about their commitments, about their line of work, about their career, about their success, possibly even about the connection between the two of you. I'm not too sure exactly where they stand with in terms with you, but they're showing me that they still have, even though it's very disappointing and upsetting, they still have so much energy of love and to give. Ultimately, they still feel like, no, practically they're saying, I'm still good at being me. I'm still good, but goodness. That's a pretty heavy energy. I'm gonna push this a little bit more. Only because that could go one or two ways. That's what I was wondering. Okay, that's what I was wondering. When it comes to commitments, it kind of circles back around to this overall energy of commitments, what they're committing themselves to, whether it be themselves, whether it be their work, their line of work, their career, or whether it be the relationship or connection between the two of you. It's definitely going hand in hand, and I'm not too sure exactly how this connection or dynamic is playing out. But even though they are accomplished at something about who they are, they're considering their next thing. They're considering their next possibility, their next kind of endeavor here, financially speaking. But ultimately, what I am looking at is there definitely is some type of contract, and kind of have to call it as I see it. There's a contract here. This almost seems and feels like there's a new signing of some sort of binding, legal binding. But ultimately, what I'm not too sure exactly about what this is, it could be literally new work, new career, new job opportunity. It could be promotion. It could be something else. It could be the commitment, relationship, or possibly even marriage between the two of you. But if that's the case, Sagittarius, if this is a marriage between the two of you, I don't feel like it is. I feel like this is something of their work situation. Because ultimately, the connection between the two of you does show up, unfortunately. I don't know if you can see that either. Kind of blending in with the blues here. They're kind of saying, it's interesting because they have their options and their choices, but it seems and feels like they're not too happy or content or fulfilled with those choices. And this is what's very interesting, is not only that, these choices or these options they have to consider, even though there's something there, they're realizing like, oh wow, I just saw 555. This is kind of what I have left to work with, or this is what, you know, and unfortunately that might just be you because that connection does show up. But that connection shows up in such a way where they're kind of like stressing out about it at the same time. There's a connection there, but they're in a sense, they're not in a very positive headspace when it comes to the two of you, as well as their own personal endeavors that are going on at the same time. I feel like there is a nice connection there, but yeah, they're okay. Hold that thought. It's like to throw this to throw this connection in the middle of everything they got going on is just adding another stressor to their plate. Yeah, they're kind of giving me this energy of like, because of everything that's going on, because everything they're kind of juggling, they just want to be left alone. They got some things personally, mentally, and emotionally to kind of sort through. Because the interesting, Sagittarius, they're showing me they're trying to figure their shit out. They're trying to figure out how to take their, you know, themselves up to the next level. That's a lot of self-focus. It's a lot of self-drive. They say they're making changes and they got a lot going on for themselves, and that's what they kind of want to focus on. That's their priority. Even though, you know, there is a relationship or connection in this, like I said, it starts off right out the gate of commitments. It's like, what do they want to commit themselves to? Their time, energy, resources, and even love. They're showing me that they're very giving. They have a lot of energy to give. But at the same time, what they're kind of saying is either something or someone isn't worth giving that much to at the point, or at this point. Or maybe just at this time and place. Yeah, it switches right back over to the juggle. It's the juggle. They're kind of saying, I have to be honest here, I am getting parental energy, so it's an energy of trying to juggle their career, their success, the family, as well as the connection, the relationship between the two of you. This is a dynamic here. The way things are progressing, I feel like it's all the above. It's A, B, C, and D, all the above. They're going through it, unfortunately, and they're trying to figure out the best way how to kind of juggle all this, make improvements, make progress. Ultimately, even though they're kind of saying like it feels as if everything has kind of come to a screeching halt or stop, they still have plans in mind, because they do believe that there couldn't be happiness that is reached from this, but it's just a long trek uphill. Of course, if you are dealing with anyone, you could be dealing with an air sign, an earth sign, a water sign, and that is all. Goodbye.